Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an Airbus pilot, and welcome back to the indie-built Airbus A350. Today we're going to fly it from Sao Paulo to London Heathrow, which is going to be a 10.5-hour journey through the night to London. Now, before we get into this, a quick message from today's sponsor. If you're looking for an ATC add-on that can not just do your standard IFR A to B flights, but also other things like data link, VFR, and even a cabin crew simulation, then look no further than Say Intentions AI. We'll be using them for any ATC related stuff, including the data link functions today, and of course also for a cabin crew simulation. So if you like what you're about to hear in today's flight, then check them out using the link in the pinned comment or the video description below. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into this. So we are going to start by checking our flight plan, and this is what it looks like. We're departing Sao Paulo, heading northbound until we're going to enter the Middle Atlantic using Fortaleza as our first ETOPS airport, and then we are going to use Boa Vista this is. And finally we have another small ETOPS segment until we arrive at the Canary Islands, and from there it's going to be all covered by landfall all the way to London. The significant weather charts do suggest a turbulent flight today. We've got this first area down here marked as number 1, which indicates moderate turbulence until flight level 400. Then we're heading across the Atlantic, and over here we are facing the intertropical convergence zone with CVs ranging up to flight level 480. But once we've passed that, things are going to calm down a little bit, and you can see that there is no further indication on our way to London. Hopefully this is going to be just fine for our passengers, so that by the time they get to sleep it will become a smooth flight, leading us all the way to our destination airport. Now let's continue with our weather. As you can see, Sao Paulo actually has beautiful weather conditions, and London Heathrow has as well, with runway 27 being active over there. Our alternate in Stansted is just as good. In terms of the flight plan, an on-time departure at 18:30 means that we're going to arrive 15 minutes ahead of schedule, landing at 6:19 in London Heathrow. We are not critical with any of our weights, cruising level 330 initially, up to 370 later on. Now, heading down to the fuel plan, there isn't much reason to take extra over here. However, it's London, so some holdings are always to be expected over there. So I suggest that we are going to take just a little bit more. In today's case, 15 minutes extra, so about 2,000 kilos plus what it takes to transport those 15 minutes should do just fine. So going over this, we've got rounded up 77 tons, that's the takeoff weight plus the taxi, so let's add 2,000, that makes 79 tons of fuel for today's flight. And with that out of the way, I suggest we're going to get straight into our flight deck. So A350-1000, beautiful little aircraft. And it actually has the first officer in the flight deck as well. Now, starting with the preliminary cockpit preparation, the engine master levers are off, engine start selector norm, thrust levers idle, landing gear lever down, wipers off. Let's check our battery voltage, making sure it is above 25 volts, which it is, and then we can go ahead and turn on the batteries as well as the external power units. With that, our airplane's coming to life. And we might just give it a bit of time to start powering up over here, but let's make good use of that time, heading down into the OAS. So, Debrief import, and that's all looking good. Then we can head over to the load sheet, again, Debrief import, set the zero fuel weight as planned, and to the fuel we wanted, so 79 tons, and do an instant refueling. Okay, so far so good. So that stuff's done. We have 331 passengers on board, which is exactly our plan. Now let's head down to the load sheet page over here. I'm going to open up all those doors. We'll also connect an air conditioning unit, and with that connected, we gotta turn off the packs over here to avoid any damage to them. Lovely. Alright, cool. So with those things out of the way, let's go ahead and complete our flight deck preparations. So power is supplied, then let's turn on the 8 gears, 1, 2, and 3. Then we can head down and do the recoil. 1, 2, and 3. Then we can head down and do the recoil. 1, 2, and 3. Then we can head down and do the recoil. 1, 2, and 3. Then we can head down and do the recoil. 1, 2, and 3. Then we can head down and do the recoil. 1, 2, and 3. Then we can head down and do the recoil. 1, 2, and 3. Then we can head down and do the recoil. 1, 2, and 3. Then we can head down and do the recoil. 1, 2, and 3. Then we can head down and do the recoil. 1, 2, and 3. Then we can head down and do the recoil. 1, 2, and 3. Then we can head down and do the recoil. 1, 2, and 3. Then we can head down and do the recoil. 1, 2, and 3. Then we can head down and do the recoil. 1, 2, and 3. Then we can head down and do the recoil. 1, 2, and 3. Then we can head down and do the recoil. 1, 2, and 3. Then we can head Hold that for 3 seconds. And that is looking good. Dispatch page isn't simulated just yet. Fire test is good. Now we could start the APU, however, since we have both an external power as well as air conditioning unit connected, we don't need to start the external power, the APU just yet. Alright, and then we can head down into the OIS, continuing our flight preparation. So the OFP is downloaded. Next up, let's go to the takeoff performance, synchronize Debrief, synchronize weather, and we'll just calculate a little bit higher weight here. Let's make it 279.0. Alright, lovely. So the max takeoff weight is 310.4. We are well below that, so we are good to go. But look at that, we actually need full toga thrust, and that's with a full runway length. Interesting, but okay. So, terminal charts. Sao Paulo, we've got the parking stands and we got the ground chart. Now let's find the SIDs, and we are looking at the AMVOL 6 Alpha departure today. So, let's find runway 10 left, AMVOL 6 Alpha, here it is. Can pin that one as well, beautiful. Okay, good, so that's our OAS initially set up. Then we can move down here and set up our ACARS. So A350-1000 is checked, nav database is up to date, we can delete any of those previous entries. Then down to the init, flight plan request, and insert. Takes a little moment to do that, let's give it that time, and here we go. Alright, with the flight plan now inserted, we can head over onto the surveillance page and ensure the transponder is on standby, and then the ATC com. Say intentions is selected as our ACARS, ADSC is armed, message record, all messages, nothing stored. And now onto the ATIS page, update all, and then we can print all. Okay, lovely. So, just a quick check over here. Sao Paulo, 1800, 140 at 7, visibility 10, scatter 3000, temperature 19, dew point 10, QNH 1023. And that's set. Okay, lovely. So, then let's continue right down here. The oxygen... my apologies. The oxygen pressure is good, the rain repellent is normal. Hydraulic quantities are good, and engine oil. FADEX coming on. Engine oil is rather low. Let's actually go ahead and fill that up. So that'll be under maintenance, oil, service. Okay. 23.5. That's what I call full. Lovely. Alright, cool. So the FADEX can go off again. And finally, flaps are up, spoilers are retracted. That agrees with the position of the levers. We'll release that parking brake, hit the brakes. We can see a slight decrease in the accumulator pressure down here, and set the parking brake again. And that's all looking good. Alright, lovely. So that is our initial stuff done over here. With that, we can go straight into the cockpit preparation procedure. So starting on the overhead panel, evacuation switches on captain, oxygen is on, ground flight recorder is on, ELT armed, and no white lights. Reset switches are all in. Lights are set, we'll turn on the seatbelts and all the other signs. We don't need the APU just yet. Cockpit temperature can go somewhere into the middle over here. Refueling is complete, so the fuel pumps are coming on, and all the rest is done. And on this side, nothing temperature sensitive, so the regulator can go off. And CVR test is good, and everything else is done up here. Moving downstairs then, the QNH is already set, the standby is set, and that's all set. Now that leads us down to the radios, so let's get out our ground chart, the AGC. Okay, clearance is on 1 to 1.0. We'll put that active, and then we've got ground on 1 to 1.7. So 1 to 1.5 for COM2. And we want to make sure that we listen to VHF1, VHF2 and the interphone. And then Squawk 2000 is set. Lovely. HF radios, well, can't really test them down here. No SATCOM installed. Menu. Data link router. Well, we don't really need to do anything down here. That's good. Alright, so in the middle everything is set, and on the right hand side you can listen to VHF1, VHF2, to the interphone, and since we have a third pilot on board today as well, we're going to do the same down here. 1 to interphone, and finally make sure that the speaker is set to a decent volume so that it doesn't blast our ears away. Alright, lovely. So with all that good stuff done, let's head down into our FMS preparation. Starting down here, let's go ahead and cross-check. Speedbird 256 Sao Paulo to Heathrow, Alton Stansted, flight level 330. Now let's check the temperatures. It should be minus 43 degrees over here. So minus 43, enter. The tropopause is located in 50,000. And enter. Cosnx 50 is correct. So, IRSs have aligned on the GNSS position. Now, departure, runway. Let's see, 10 left. Humboldt 6 Alpha. And the Nuxle transition. That's selected, and now for our arrival into Heathrow. Let's see what they planned. 27 right. ILS. The star is the Rocksock 1 Hotel. That one. And via... Oh, where does that one actually end? Let's find out. Destination... Ockham. Okay, via Ockham. Tempe and insert. Now let's go for the engine outset. New waypoint. Through X1. Based on the runway. Bearing 094. And 25 miles. So, store. And just a very quick check, straight ahead is actually clear of anything. Okay, that's good. Alright, so that is stored. So back to the flight plan. Flight plan info, fix info. And over here we can draw the extended center line. SBGR 10 left. Radial 094. And fix 2 is gonna be GRU X1. Lovely. Then let's enter the step climbs. So we're starting in 330, then we got dark up level 350. Next is going to be Xuvit. Flight level 3, actually that's still 350, Bamux is going to be 370. Okay, escape. So, Bamux, flight level 370, and then we continue with Gunti, flight level 380. And finally we have Jersey in flight level 340. Alright, good. So, Tempe and insert. And that should be all the modifications needed on here done. So back to init, company wind request, receive and insert. Lovely. So, nothing needed for the nav aids. Then we can go for the fuel and load page. We're expecting 200.5 as a zero fuel weight. We don't know any CG yet, so I'm going to enter 25. The block fuel is 79. We don't have any passenger numbers yet. Then let's find the fuel figures. And here they are. So taxi 0.6, reserves are 2.1. Alternate 2.5. And final 2.6. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So return, takeoff performance, and we can just send this to the FMS. Okay, let's see, field elevation, do we have that anywhere here? Yes, 2,500, so we've got noise abatement procedure number 2 in here. Packs on, and engine out acceleration in 1,500 please, so that's 4,000. Transition altitude 8,000. Is correct. So, position monitor. Sao Paulo 10 left. Now let's go to the climb page. Auto derate is selected. Very good. And now to the secondary flight plan. Sec 1, import active. F-plan. Next waypoint, and that's the Drew X1. So, pick up a holding over there. And then new destination SBGR, runway 10 right, approach ILS Yankee, and that is looking wonderful. Now let's go for the secondary number 2, import active, and we're going to keep a copy of the active in here. Lovely. And that's our FMS setup completed. So then let's go ahead on our FCU. Initial climb clearance, I don't know, probably 7,000 or something. Let's go ahead and load our taxi map. Might take a little moment to do that. And while that is loading, we can just go ahead and request our IFR clearance already. So, ATIS information is India. Let's go over here, request, clearance, departure. So, gate. We have that anywhere here? No? Okay. But we should have it over here, I think. Yep, 605. So, gate 605. And ATIS is India. Okay, departure Sao Paulo, A350-1000, destination Heathrow, ATIS India. Looks good. Transfer that to the mailbox and send. Lovely. Okay, good. So we've entered everything we had to. Let's go ahead and cross-check our SID. And then we are almost ready to go. So straight out to Amble, then Golf Romeo 222 below level 100. That's what we've got. Then we continue via waypoint 217 above 100, waypoint 321, VUMAF, and then towards Naxal. So that's already looking good. So, clearance request received, being processed, stand by, roger, close. Okay, and with that we are pretty much done with everything except for the briefing, but I wanted to wait for the clearance, and here it is. Okay, so cleared to Heathrow via Amvul 6 Alpha departure, which is confirmed. Maintain 6000. So departure 119.25. And squawk 3623. Okay, expect runway 10 left, and in here we've got 10 left. Beautiful, then let's confirm that clearance, Wilco and send, and print. Lovely. So, with that our clearance is confirmed, then let's go over into the briefing. Alright, we're departing off Sao Paulo, runway 10 left. Let's see, it's the Amvil 6 Alpha departure, initially 6000 MSA up to 5900 in the departure sector, and the fuel, oh, that's the wrong button, that's the one, 2.7 extra, 31 minutes. Lovely, thank you for that. So, we've got no hotspots for our planned taxi routing, and the engine outset, well, the stop margin is not going to be much today. Engine outset straight at 25 miles, leading us over here. 6000 is going to keep us safe, and we are going to come back to runway 10 right, which is all prepared on the secondary flight plan already over here. Now, if we need to make an immediate return, we are only going to do that for any unextinguishable fires. And if we do that, then we are going to be above the maximum landing weight by about 40 tons. So overweight landing procedure, which is essentially APU on, APU bleed on. But remember, don't do that if we've got a fire on the engines, in order not to pump any fire extinguishing foam into the cabin. Now, I've got nothing special or non-standard for today's departure. Do you see any threats? Well, the only threat that I see is the possibility of some birds, because, well, it's lovely temperatures, 18 degrees, it's getting around evening, so that's exactly the time when birds are to be expected. So yeah, if that happens, how are we going to mitigate against the threat? We can't completely prevent it, but what we can do is to have that bang in mind. If it happens, remain calm on the controls, check the instruments, everything working, continue without any problems, okay? Alright, and that's the briefing completed. Then let's do the cockpit preparation checklist, please. So, gear pins and covers removed. Fuel quantity is 79,000 kilograms balanced. Barrel reference, QNH 1023. Cockpit preparation checklist complete. Lovely, and then our boarding should be completed, so let's start the APU, and we can go down here onto the ground menu. Air conditioning unit can be removed, and we can close all, and that includes the one left. At the same time, GSX, prepare for pushback and departure, handling by Donata, and then let's move down to the load sheet. So, fuel and load. Let's see, zero fuel weight, 200.5, CG 31. Alright, passengers 331, that is completely full. Block fuel 79, takeoff weight 278.9, and we had calculated 279, so that's absolutely splendid. Okay, let me just try something. If we go conf 2, is that gonna generate? Yes, that generates a flex temp, okay. Send to FMS, we are going to do this. And confirm. Now the big question, are we going to turn the packs off? I think yes we will. Let's calculate that again. That's another 2 degrees flex temperature. That saves money. Here it is. Okay, cool. APU avail. And the air conditioning is already disconnected. Now from flight deck. So, you can disconnect the external power units, please. The parking brake is set, the chocks can be removed, and whenever you are ready, we are ready for a pushback up here. Okay, so we are going to call for clearance. So, transponder on. What's their call sign? Garillios ground. Garillios ground, Speedbird 246 Heavy. Request pushback and startup.
Speedbird 246, pushback and startup approved. Face south.
Pushback and startup approved facing south, Speedbird 246. So, before start, checklist please. Park and brake is set, takeoff speeds and thrust. V1 159, VR 162, V2 168, flex 40, slides. Are armed and nose steering disconnect memo is checked. Before start checklist complete. Ground from flight deck. So we're clear to push and start facing south and the parking brake is set. Release brakes please. Brakes released. Start on the pushback and we are standing by for your signal to start the engines. And here we go. So pushing back at 37, that's 7 minutes late, and we'll just blame that on crew security as we arrived a little bit late at the airplane, okay? Lovely. So with that, we're waiting for your signal to start the engines.
Air Portugal 82 contact tower on 118.4.
Welcome aboard British Airways flight 246.
Switching to tower, Air Portugal 82.
We are thrilled to have you with us today. Our captain, Emmanuel, and our first officer, Stephanie, are at the control.
So, can we start? Yes, Captain, you're clear to start. Thank you. So, we are going to start the engines in sequence 1, then 2. So, FedEx powered, we need to give it 10 seconds to stabilize. And that's looking perfect. Engine 1 start.
Oxygen mask drop down from the panel above you. Pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth. Secure the elastic band behind your head. Remember to put your own mask on before assisting others. We also have life vests located under your seat. If you can, pull the vest out, place it over your head, and pull straps around your waist. Inflate the vest by pulling the red strap over and over your seat. In the event of evacuation, please remember to
TAM 4670 request push and start.
TAM 4670, pushback approved.
Push and
And
start.
that sounds like a very good start on engine
4670.
number 1.
TAM 3354 contact
And
tower
indeed it is,
on
starting engine 2.
118.1.
Clear 2.
Switching to tower TAM 3354.
And the pushback's complete, set brakes.
we only accept credit and debit cards and early options.
Brake set.
Please, thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy the flight. Now, Emmanuel, the cabin is ready for departure.
So, number 2 is starting. Let's see what's happening outside. Moving. Working on the tow bar. Good. Alright, ground. We've got 2 good engine starts. You're clear to disconnect. Prepare the airplane for taxi. See you with a clear signal on the right hand side, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye. And here we go. Looking good. Lovely. And avail.
TAM 4670 ready to taxi.
TAM 4670, taxi to runway 10 left
Nothing on the
via
status
Yankee
page.
Hotel.
Lovely.
10
So we're just
left
waiting for
via
the clear
Yankee
signal,
Hotel TAM 4670.
which should arrive any moment as well. There's a tow bar, there's a tug, there's an handling agent, and he's holding a pin in the hands. Beautiful. So then, let's do the flight control check. Full up. Full down, neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder.
Ready for push and start.
Full left.
Tom
Full right.
322, pushback
Neutral.
approved.
Beautiful. Okay,
Start
before taxi
approved.
checklist,
Tam
please.
3222.
After start checklist, anti-ice off, flight controls checked, ground clearance received. After start checklist complete. Speedbird 246 happy, request taxi.
Speedbird 246, taxi to runway 10 left via Yankee 6, Alpha, Golf.
Taxi runway 10 left via Yankee 6, Alpha Golf, Speedbird 246. Clear on the left side, clear on the right side, lights on, brakes off, let's go.
Tam 3222 ready to taxi.
Brake check,
3222,
brakes okay.
taxi to runway 10 left via Yankee 1, Alpha, Hotel.
Okay, lovely. So we go via Yankee 6, Alpha Golf,
10
so
left
that
via Yankee
means
1, Alpha
straight ahead,
Hotel,
and then
Tam
the
3222.
first to the right, and then to Golf. Good. So, bye-bye Brazil. I'm sure we'll meet again. We don't visit South America that often, but there are definitely some nice destinations over here that we gotta fly to over the course of the next couple of months. Do let me know in the comments below which the next South American destination is that you do want me to visit. Clear on the left side, and clear on the right side. So speed down to 10, clear both sides. You can definitely feel the length of the 1000 over here.
Tom 4670, contact tower on 118.1.
Tower Tam 4670.
Alright, so let's see about the status of the cabin. They're ready. Good. So squawk is in. Takeoff config tested. Okay, no changes to the takeoff briefing. Taxi checklist, please. Flap setting, config 2, radar, on, ecam memo, takeoff no blue, taxi checklist complete. So we're going to follow the A321 ahead. Actually, we'll not. We'll go one intersection further. Is that guy backtracking? Or at least we should be going one intersection further. There is an aircraft coming. Speedbird 246. Shall we continue via Hotel and Bravo?
Speedbird 246, negative. Taxi to runway 10
Oh yes, I will
left
definitely
via
do so.
Yankee 6, Alpha Golf.
Yeah, there is an airplane coming opposite on Alpha. We're turning into Hotel and then Bravo. Clear left side, clear right side. The funny thing is, something like this, I would absolutely expect that to happen in South America or Africa. I would not even necessarily call this a bug.
Speedbird 246. Contact tower on 118.4.
118.4, Speedbird 246. Gavillius Tower, Speedbird 246 Heavy, ready for departure. Okay, and departure is going to be 11925.
Speedbird 246 Heavy, Guarulhos Tower, runway 10 left, winds 140 at 7, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 10 left, clear for takeoff, Speedbird 246 Heavy. So, where is that strange sound coming from? Do you hear that too? The siren or whatever it is? Doesn't seem to be from our airplane. Nonetheless, quick check on the ground menu. Yeah, everything done. Good.
Guarulhos Tower, Azul 4972, established on the ILS Quebec runway 10 right. Azul 4972, roger.
Okay. Cabin crew, prepare for departure. Line-up checklist, please. Cabin. Secured. Takeoff runway, 10 left full length. Packs 1 and 2. Off. Line-up checklist complete. Are you happy to ignore that little siren or whatever it is? I certainly am. Takeoff. Actually, tell you what, let's go for terrain. That's the more immediate threat here. Manfax 40, SOS runway, order thrust blue. Thrust set. Oh, now it's silent. .100 knots.
V1.
Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Nav. Checked. Thrust decline, climb, auto thrust. Flaps 1. Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Speedbird 246, contact departure.
Contact departure, Speedbird 246 Heavy. Gavillius departure, Speedbird 246 Heavy, passing 4,200.
Speedbird 246 Heavy, Sao Paulo control departure, radar contact. Climb via the SID to flight level 250.
Climb by the SID, flight level 250, Speedbird 246 Heavy. Set. That's 10,000 magenta, alt magenta. Flaps 0. Speed checked. Flap 0. Alright, so acceleration flow pattern. Flaps up, spoilers retracted, landing gear up, and packs on. Complete. Autopilot 1. From here on we're only going straight ahead anyway. Nice. So let's ask the important questions. First of all, we're sequencing the 222, alt 25,000 blue. So let's ask the important question down here. Estimated time of arrival 0506, and the schedule is 35. Beautiful. So we're running on time. Lovely. Plenty of fuel as well. Good. Alright, we've outclimbed the immediate mountain ranges here, so I'm going to change over to weather. Okay, so the timer's running down there, then we don't need the chrono on the ND anymore. Traffic over there, 7,500 above. Shouldn't be a problem. We are definitely not climbing that fast. Okay, so that's done that. Standard cross-check, passing flight level 79. Now. Checked. Lovely. So, let's see. Sierra Bravo Bravo Sierra will be the lock-on for our CPDLC. Okay, and notify. So the plane is 5,500 above. Can we see it?
Azul 2916 contact Brasilia
Not
Center
really.
on 134
That's fine.
decimal 0.
Over to Brasilia Center on 134 decimal 0. Azul 2916.
Okay. So VFR, I believe, is only until 10,000 over here, so we can turn off the lights as we're passing 10.
Etaro 678, flight level 140.
Lights,
Etaro
signs, EFIS
678,
is
radar
set.
contact.
And you can have the weather as well, since we're well above the MSA and the grid moras now, which range up to 8.8 over here. Highest mountain 6.8, but we are well above that, so nothing to worry about. Okay, so optimum 341, cruising 330. When's the first step climb? Yeah, in 1,500 miles, okay. More than easy going. Okay, cool.
Dear guests,
So,
we have now reached a safe altitude.
enough aids, nothing hard-tuned, we've already logged onto CPDLC, and that's all that we could do for the time being. So my friends, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight across the Atlantic, and then I see you on the other side when we start our approach into Heathrow. morning, my friends. We are on approach to London Heathrow in an absolutely lovely sunrise. Now, unfortunately, our CPDLC got stuck down here on the command to contact London control on 129er decimal 43. However, our first officer has already advised them and told them that we are going to contact them. Okay, so what we're going to do is down here on the ATC com page, we go to connect and then disconnect all, and that should theoretically get us rid of that one as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the approach that we are going to fly. Now, the Lima Sierra 01 point has a 250 knot restriction. Our airplane is dutifully slowing down already. And then we're eventually going to end up at Ockham. Looking into our weather, we can see that Heathrow is operating runway 27 right. We've got no clouds detected, temperature 23, and the QNH 1021 is already pre-selected up here. Okay, so let's see what ATC is going to do with us on this one, but I'm sure it will be radar vectors down to the final. Nonetheless, we have entered the entire approach transition over here, but there is a warning on the chart not to proceed beyond Ockham without ATC clearance. So once we reach Ockham, we are going to ask them for radar vectors. Okay, and that's our preparation so far. Let's go ahead and quickly do a landing performance calculation. So synchronize with the FMS, synchronize our weights. Config full, we'll calculate medium and ATC message. Oh, now we've got a command. Okay, so that one is done already. Thank you, send and close. And service terminated, close. Lovely. Very good. Okay, so down here land distance is computed, easy going, 1774 meters stop margin. I would have expected nothing less, to be honest. Now, the one thing we still gotta do is to prepare our BTV. So, ATIS received, that's gotta be the latest one. So, let's just check if anything changed. Return to list, and that's 0505. So yeah, that's indeed just now. Okay, 240 at 7, gust 17, few 1900, 24 degrees, 1019. Okay, the runway remains the same, 27 right, so let's go ahead and set the landing runway. And our BTV exit, runway is dry, auto brake armed, good. Alright. Sweeper 246, request further descent. Let's quickly update the FMS with that weather.
Sweeper 246, they requested altitude for descent.
Sweeper 246, request flight level 070.
Sweeper 246, descend flight level 070.
Descending flight level 070, Sweeper 246. Sweeper 246, request radar vectors for the approach.
Sweeper 246, descend. Altitude 4000. Turn right, heading 105. Vector to the ILS runway 27 right approach.
Sweeper 246, descend 4000 feet, turn right, heading 105, vectors ILS 27 right. Sweeper 246, confirm the QNH.
Sweeper 246, contact Heathrow radar on 125.625.
125.625, Sweeper 246.
Sweeper
Heathrow radar, speedbird 246 heavy, level 1160, descending 4000, turning heading 105.
Speedbird 246 heavy, Heathrow radar identified. Good morning, expect the ILS runway 27 right, approach into Heathrow.
Expecting the ILS 27 right, speedbird 246. Please confirm the QNH. So, extend the center line, please.
Speedbird 246, QNH 1021.
QNH 1021, speedbird 246.
Departure, Easy 49, Bravo Whiskey 2000.
So, that looks good.
4000.
Insert that extended center line.
Easy 49
Set
Bravo
QNH.
Whiskey, radar contact, climb and maintain 11 1000.
QNH 1021 cross-check,
11,
passing
10,000. Easy 49 Bravo
10,340 now. Okay, so, are you ready for the briefing? Then let's go for it. And well, we're approaching 10,000, let's quickly do that first. Lights are on, signs are on, LS is selected.
Captain,
And
cabin
that's
is
it.
ready.
Alright, cool, so let's start with the briefing, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on our final approach.
Easy
into
49 Bravo Whiskey contact, London Gatwick departure on 126.8.
Okay, so for the approach briefing, radar vector ILS 27 right, minimum 280, go around straight at right turn, climbing 3000, and extra fuel and time. We've got 1.4 tons, which equals 16 minutes.
Easy 46 Whiskey Mike, radar contact, climb and maintain
Thank you very much
12
for that. Now,
12,000.
our arrival is going to be flat rector guided, config full, vacate the runway to the left with maximum reverse, actually with idle reverse, and BTV in use. Vacate the runway to the left, and then we're going to taxi a stand, one of the stands.
Easy 46 Whiskey Mike.
Alright, I've got
contact,
nothing
London
special,
Gatwick
I've got nothing
departure on
non-standard. Do you have
18.95.
any threats?
Speedbird 246, turn left heading 035.
Speedbird 246, left heading 035.
Easy 46 Whiskey Mike, contact London Control on 135.805.
Okay, lovely. If you've got nothing, then approach checklist, please.
Switching to London Control on 135.805.
So, barrel ref,
Easy
QNH
46 Whiskey Mike.
1021, minimums, Sparrow 280, runway condition, dry, auto brake, BTV. Approach checklist complete.
Speedbird 901, uniform radar contact. Easy 46 Whiskey Mike, contact Paris Control on 135.555.
Beautiful sunrise. We picked a very, very good flight time
Paris
here.
Control on 135.55. Easy 46 Whiskey Mike.
Departure, Easy 74, Romeo, Hotel 2000 for 4000.
Easy 74, Romeo Hotel, radar contact. Climb and maintain 11-1000.
Climb 11-1000, Easy 74, Romeo, Hotel.
Easy 46 Whiskey Mike, contact Reams Control on 121.075.
Look at this fantastic airplane.
Switching to range control on 121.
Just amazing every time you see it,
Easy
isn't it?
46 Whiskey Mike.
Easy 74, Romeo Hotel, contact London Gatwick departure on 126.825.
So, can we get that sunshade down, please?
Switching to London Gatwick departure on 126.825. Easy
Just a
74,
little.
Romeo Hotel.
Speedbird 246, turn left, heading 350.
Speedbird 246, left heading 350.
Departure Wiz UK 67 Delta.
Okay, heading 350.
For 4000.
With
1000 to
UK
go.
67 Delta Yankee, radar contact, climb and maintain
Speed
11
vertical
1000.
Climb 11-1000, Wiz UK 67 Delta Yankee.
Speedbird 246 heavy, 13 miles from Charlie Foxtrot 27 Romeo. Turn left, heading 305, descend altitude 3000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 27 right approach.
Speedbird 246, left heading 305, descend 3000, cleared ILS 27 right.
Easy 74, Romeo Hotel, contact Paris Control.
Okay, lovely.
135.5.
You can go up. The sun shouldn't blind any of us here.
135.55, easy 74.
The heading leads us directly to a 10-mile final. Beautiful.
With UK 67 Delta, Yankee contact, London Gatwick departure on 1.
And we're in a very nice position here. Using 500 feet a minute, this should be a lovely continuous descent approach.
Departure on 126.825, I Swiss UK 67 Delta.
That's absolutely perfect. Exactly how it should be.
London Gatwick departure, Wizz UK 67 Delta Yankee 1000.
With UK 67 Delta, Yankee radar contact.
Departure, Easy 52 Golf Tango 2000 for 4000.
Easy 52 Golf Tango, radar contact.
Alright then, we are cleared for the ILS. We are receiving the ILS and the indications are good. Land refuel, autopilot 1 and 2, glide slope localizer blue.
Heathrow radar, Speedbird 963.
So, activate approach race.
Flight level 150.
And then let's have a little bit of fun here.
With UK 67 Delta, Yankee contact, London control on 121 decimal 2
Come on,
3.
be silent. Thank you.
Switching to London control on
Approach
121.23, Wizz UK 67 Delta Yankee.
Easy 52 Golf Tango contact, London Gatwick departure on 126.825.
So, of course, now the displays are a
Switching to
little
London
bit
Gatwick
dark.
departure on
Let's bring them back up to brightness.
126.825, Easy 52 Golf Tango.
Departure, Easy 867 to 2000 for 4000.
Easy 8672 radar contact, climb and maintain 4000.
Okay, flaps 1.
Climb
Speed check,
4000,
flaps
Easy
1.
8672.
London Gatwick departure, Easy 52 Golf Tango 1000.
Easy 52 Golf Tango, radar contact. Easy 52 Golf Tango contact, London control on 135.805. Speedbird 246, contact Heathrow Tower on 124.48.
124.48, Speedbird 246. Block star, alt star. Heathrow Tower, Speedbird 246 heavy, established ILS 27 right.
Speedbird 246 heavy, Heathrow Tower, winds 280 at 8, runway 27 right, cleared to land.
Runway 27 right, clear to land, Speedbird 246 heavy.
Speedbird 246, roger.
Block. Glide slope star, go around altitude 3000 set.
Speedbird 246, say again, I didn't copy that.
Speedbird 246, runway 27 right, cleared to land. Glide slope. Okay, nicely established.
Speedbird 246 heavy, speed 160 till 4 nautical miles.
Flaps 2. 160 until 4, Speedbird 246 heavy. Speed checked, flaps 2. And gear down.
Speedbird 246 heavy, negative. Maintain speed 160 until 4 DME, then resume normal speed.
That's exactly what we read back. 160 until 4, Speedbird 246.
2000.
Alright, what's the cabin doing? Now they're ready, good. So, flaps 3. Speed checked. Flap 3. And flaps 4.
Descend.
Check.
Descend. Crossing.
Flaps.
Descend. Descend.
What?
Crossing.
Where?
Descend. Clear of conflict.
There is absolutely nobody here. No idea where that came from. Buggy TCAS. Okay, then. That was a little distraction. Landing checklist, please. Ecam memo. Landing no blue. Landing checklist complete.
1000.
And we're just about stable. Yeah, that came a little unexpected there.
$500. $400. $300 above.
Checked.
$200 minimum.
Continue.
$100. $50, $40, $30, $20. Retard. $10, $5.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel. Knots. Manual brakes.
Speedbird 246, welcome to Heathrow. Contact ground on 121.705.
121.705, Speedbird 246. Come on, keep moving. Heathrow ground, Speedbird 246 heavy, request taxi to gate 338.
63. Also, the iconic Big Ben is actually the name of the bell, not the clock tower itself. Thank you for flying with British Airways today. On behalf of Captain Harry, First Officer Stephanie, and the entire crew, we wish you a
Speedbird
pleasant
246, taxi to Terminal 3, gate 340R via A10E, Echo, Bravo, Foxtrot.
Echo Bravo Foxtrot gate 340, Speedbird 246 heavy. Okay, so Echo is over here. Next is going to be Bravo, and then into Foxtrot to the gate.
Speedbird 246, taxi to Terminal 3, gate 340 via Alpha, Hotel, Bravo, Foxtrot. Good day.
Can we take Echo Bravo Fox as you cleared us earlier, Speedbird 246? Alright, after landing items, otherwise we are not gonna get ready. It's gonna be left over here.
Speedbird 246, affirmative, taxi via Echo, Bravo, Foxtrot to gate 340.
Echo Bravo Fox 340, Speedbird 246. Okay, 340 is right here, so we gotta keep this slow. Actually, just gotta stop for a moment because there is no marshaller here just yet. Let's
Speedbird
see,
246,
ground
continue
GSX
taxi
menu.
via Echo.
Yeah, we've heard her. So, stand 340. No follow me needed, thanks. Handling by British Airways. It's basically straight ahead of us. Okay, so is there some parking assistance now? Yeah, I think I can see somebody over there. Good. Then let's get going into the gate. APU is available. That was just a very, very short taxi. Would have been nice to have a first officer here and not to have to select the ground services manually. Okay, so 340, that's over here. There is a guidance system. Let's see if they're going to turn it on. In the meantime, weather is off and taxi light is off. Okay, Airbus 350-1000 is on the guidance. Good. So, nice and slow. We don't want to break it on the last 3 meters. Stop. Okay, nice. APU is on. Brake is set. Shut down. Cabin crew, all doors in park. So we're here 24. The schedule is 30. That's quite good. Okay, slides are disarmed.
Speedbird 472 Mike, taxi to runway 27 left via Delta Alpha.
So, here's that. Then, request deboarding please. Chocks in position, ground power in position. And with the chocks in, we can release the brakes. And external 2 is connected. Alright. Parking checklist please. Park and brake our chocks. Chocks in, brakes off, wing light is off, and that's the parking checklist complete. So, let's get into the post-flight procedures. Fuel, we used 72,700 kilograms, and we were supposed to use about 2 tons, well, 1 ton less. Okay, that's fine, because we did have that earlier climb instruction to level 370, well, that was actually just about the optimum, so that used a little bit more fuel. That is completely fine. Then let's go down to the surveillance page, transponder, standby, confirm. Then we can move back onto the position monitor pages. IRS drift is minimal, okay. Happy with that. You can open the doors please to get the deboarding going. Okay, lovely. Then we can switch the ADRs off, all 3 of them. We can also switch the APU off. Alright, and with that my friends, welcome to London Heathrow. I sure hope you guys enjoyed the flight as much as I did. I surely had a blast at this one. Let me know your feedback in the comments underneath. And as always, if you did like the video, like, comment and subscribe. And if you really love what I'm doing, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one.
Speedbird 8 November Golf,